My name is Christopher Varga. I am a student at BIU majoring in digital media and film. I was part of a project called Trip Around the Carousel, Departures and Arrivals. This was kind of one of my first or second documentary I've ever shot. It was a lot of fun. I've never been inside a theater production before, so it was really interesting to kind of get into it. Watching the documentary, you get a good idea of what the play is going to be about, and makes people actually want to go see it. The process was really a lot of fun, and I would love to do something like that again.
My name is Felicia Fisher. I am a major in digital media here at BIU, and I work together with Chris on a documentary called Trip Around the Carousel, Departures and Arrivals. We focused on the play that ran this semester at the Malaspina Theatre. Because it was a pretty stressful time in the semester, we had a lot of other projects due at the same time. Chris and I did a lot of late nights encouraging each other, and it's really important to have a good support system with your team members when working on a project. I'm very happy with the end product, and we worked well together, and I think it shows.
People who do this for a living tend to be a very specific type of person, and there's all kinds of ranges of personalities and things along those lines, but there's a love of being involved in this industry that people adore. They love being involved in the shows, they love promoting stuff, they like, there's a theatrical energy to it, right? Because everybody on stage is on stage feeling these, huge emotions and making theatre magic happen. We usually start around October, right? So the very beginning of October we'll begin, and that's when we do the first read through, and that's when we get all the actors involved. It really depends on when you're thinking about it. If you're looking at it from a marketing point of view, like trying to sell the show, we're looking at probably about 6 weeks ahead of time. So about 2 weeks before rehearsals begin, we start with poster images, press releases, that kind of thing.
It's a bit different. It's not a typical play, this one. It was more of it's a series of stories. It has an underlying kind of theme because it's all set in the same location, but overall they're completely different stories with all different modes of feeling. The writer of the script is actually not a playwright, but an author who wrote a play for this reason. It's very different than anything I've seen before. It calls for a large cast, which typically we don't have a lot of huge cast shows. I remember the original call auditions, we had 34 people show up.
It's a lot of different things, different people at the airport, completely unrelated, but eventually they twine together as well at the very end.
Favorite part was seeing everything kind of come together in the final product before the play actually started playing, I guess would be the better term. It was seeing everything come together, seeing all the final bits and pieces all thrown together and actually making a play.
For here, we started at the beginning of September and we ran rehearsals every single evening of the weekdays, and then we had builds going on at the same time.
Make sure actors are in their places, make sure the props are where they're supposed to be at what time.
We probably worked on this, between classes and building, 2-hour classes twice a week for about 2.5 months. I probably put in myself probably close to 24 hours for just set production.
The first night was Wednesday. We did a Pay What You Can preview. Then we had the opening night gala. We did a benefit performance, which went to Loaves and Fishes, and we had a $2 night for anybody in residence. So, with all of those in mind, we actually didn't do too badly on a lot of the nights, which was great. But a lot of it is finding ways to coax people away from their screens and out of their homes and into the theatre.
Honestly, I feel like it's one of those things that you have to watch it several times over to actually understand what it might mean. There's a whole bunch of different messages through each of those different sketches.
Each personality was honestly extremely different. It literally ranges. There was you'd see a pilot and a flight attendant, typical, but they were done in a soap opera-esque style. So they were completely like over dramatic gestures and like tones of voices and extreme emotions.
Get just very shorter monologues between characters, a varying cast of people, and definitely gave a perspective on actually what airports are kind of like.
My favorite part is the creative aspect. My main job is as a director, which I wasn't on this show, but my main job is as a director. And one of the things that I love more than anything in the world is when you have chosen the play that you're going to direct, and you have all of these, you get all the designers together. So you've got a set designer, a lighting designer, costume designer, props designer, sound designer. And they all are artists in their own right. And so what happens is you get everybody together and you start discussing what the play is going to look like. And that's my favorite part, because that's the part where everybody's read it, we've all got ideas as to how it's going to look, and you take little pieces of what everybody wants to do with it and make it come to life. And literally the fun part about that is you are making a show come to life. You are literally taking what is in your imagination and you are making it a reality.